Hello, this is Miss Higgy coming at you again this week. I hope you had a fantastic week. Mine was, I don't know, very busy. You have to wonder, where does the time go, right? You look up and it's over. But I hope it was pleasant for all of you. There are several things on my mind this week. First of all, I got to show off this t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it. I'm driving. It says the Million Woman March, which I think was in like 96 or 97. It was definitely after the Million Man March, which was October 1995. It was a wonderful day, wonderful day. Black women from everywhere gathered in Philadelphia to celebrate us. And then looks at what happened in Georgia yesterday with our sister legislator being arrested for simply trying to observe the governor, Governor Kemp, trying to strip us of our civil rights that we fought so much for. It looks like we need to have another Million Woman March or something. We definitely have to have a show of force that shows that Stacey Abrams and all those other black women who worked so hard to turn Georgia blue, that their work was not in vain. It's funny to me because these people don't seem to understand that when they push back, it just motivates us to push harder. So they can do whatever they want, but we will still be showing up. So as of yesterday, or I guess today, it's official that if in fact someone is in line waiting to vote and you take them water, that you run the risk of being arrested for a misdemeanor. Can you imagine? In the face of all that's happening in Georgia right now, on the wake of the massacre of those poor Asian women, this is what the governor thinks is important. That's ridiculous, right? But that's where their priorities lie. But that's all right, because we're going to come back strong. You're pissing off Asian people, you're pissing off black people. Just keep pissing people of color off and see how that works out for you. So, yeah. You know what? The other thing that's on my mind this week is this whole thing with Sharon Osbourne and the talk. So we are now on the second extension of a hiatus for the program, which is crazy to me, right? Rather than deal with punishing or dealing with the transgressions in the workplace of an angry white woman, the answer is instead to punish the whole crew, punish everybody, right? Not just her, who is out of work for right now, but how about all the backup people, the tech guys, the camera crew, and not to mention her colleagues, Sharon's colleagues. I am so disappointed in CBS because and I know, had Cheryl, a black woman, behaved as she did, we wouldn't be going through all this. There would be some swift punishment for her. The rest of the crew and everybody else would not be feeling the brunt of pain for something that she did. So this is really disappointing to me. Just deal with it. You have an angry black woman who behaved badly in the workplace, and she is the only one who should be punished for that. If you're going to cancel the show, then just cancel it. Don't play this game with us, on again, off again, hiatus for 2 days, hiatus for another week. So here we are coming up on another week. We're going to have the same story for next week. Just tell us what the deal is, or deal with your angry white woman. How about that? Yeah. And, I was saying earlier to someone that I went to the doctors this week, and I had so little confidence in this guy. And, as a black woman now, after this 74 million thing, 74 million folks, mostly white folks, voted for racism and hatred and, all the other ills that come with Trump. I have little confidence in the services that I receive. This doctor I saw, I don't think he respected me a bit as a thinking, capable, able, patient black woman, what have you. And I'm sitting here thinking, are you like a 74 million person? Because I'm not feeling you right now. So, Even though he was for a second opinion, I'm certainly not going to go get a third opinion, but this is our new reality that we have to really think hard and long about who are the people giving us services. Because I had zero confidence in this guy. And shame on me for not telling him that. So don't put it past me. I still might tell him. Certainly I won't go back to him, that's for sure. The other thing, still we're dealing with this Cuomo thing. I think we're up to 8 women by now, which is getting a little bit beyond ridiculous. We've heard all kinds of charges that have been brought against him, but nothing in my mind that amounts to a person losing their career or their reputation. It's just kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but here we are. And again, it still seems to be that the calls for his resignation are not coming from the people, but instead coming from the politicians. And, I'm a woman like any other woman, and if I was ever raped or harassed or what have you, I would want to be believed. So I'm a little disturbed at the way these charges against him are like trickling in. To me, it just takes away from their validity. Something just doesn't smell right? Be outraged, but I think we need to be very careful about losing, Me Too. What is Me Too saying? Because when this stuff happens to me, you're like chipping away at the efficacy of the Me Too movement. So somebody needs to speak up on this, and if you got real charges, bring them. But because somebody looked down my blouse 3 years ago, I'm horrified over that. This person should lose their job for that. Give me a break. Not feeling it. Not at all. The other thing that I want to talk about real quick is this whole situation down in Atlanta with our Asian brothers and sisters. Lord knows I feel your pain, because I still feel the pain from what happened in Charleston, what happens to us every day, right? From George Floyd, whose trial starts on Monday, so we have to keep our eye on that to see where that goes, to Charleston, just to everything. And, I want to say that it is horrible what happened in Atlanta. Lord knows it is. But I want to see all of us, no matter who the victims are, we all need to be coming forward in outrage. And I don't know that there seems to be a sense that black folks are supposed to be more outraged and more involved and responsive and engaged, whatever the case may be, when these things happen to other people, be they Asian, be they, a synagogue, be it, white women who are murdered or white children who are missing. It's all relevant, and we need everybody to step up for us, just as we are expected to step up for everybody else. And that's a conversation that we're just not having. I think people in the black community are having it, where, there's some sense that, where are the Asian communities for us when these things happen? Yes, young Asians are speaking up, but for the most part, there's a problem with communication between Black America and Asian Americans. And, we call everybody people of color, and that's my concern when we use that term, because it suggests somehow that there's an allegiance or some camaraderie or some shared experiences between us, and that's just not the case. Yep, it is horrible what happened, and I think for us to be able to move beyond whatever separates us, we got to first acknowledge that and be willing to have a conversation about it. Because, like it or not, we do all share melanin, and we need everybody to know all the time that we share melanin, not just in times of crisis. So, that being said, I will talk with you all again next week. I hope that you're going to have a fantastic week coming up. For those of you who are involved with my When Black Women Gather, we're celebrating our year, and I'm so excited. We've been meeting for a year, And I hope to see you all on Sunday. The rest of you, I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.